Vineet Nair of Tech Mahindra joins us right now to give a comment on the story that we just did. Vineet, good having you. Thanks so much for joining in. This is Neeraj here. Good morning. We learned that BT's remaining stake of slightly over 9% could be in the market. They would look to sell the remaining 9% stake in a week's or 10 days' time. Are you aware of this at all?
No, we are not aware of this. Ultimately, they own the shares and they have the right to dispose them off whenever they like. But as far as we are concerned, we have no knowledge of it. And they do usually tell us before they sell, and we haven't got any such information so far.
A complete exit by BT, would that impact the branding of Tech Mahindra at all? I mean, would that impact business at all if that were to happen?
No, I think they have always kept these two things completely distinct. The business they do with us and their shareholding. Shareholding is an entirely financial asset for them, and they can dispose it off as and when they like. However, business we have been doing and will continue to do.
But
we are their largest vendor at this point of time.
Sure, Mr. Nair, but the fact still remains that they being one of your largest clients as well as having a financial stake in your company, exiting out from a shareholder perspective, from a market perspective, would not be a very encouraging sign. How should one look into it? Because if they're talking about a complete exit, then the market perhaps would want more clarification from your end on what their intention is with the business.
If you ask me, I won't lose a minute's sleep on it. They have always kept these two things separate, and they intend to do that. They do business with us because we bring value to them. That's got nothing to do with the shareholding.
Yeah. So, Vineet, you always maintain this stance that wouldn't have an impact. Currently, if I'm not wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 1/3 of your revenues come from BT. Could there be a downtick in the quantum of revenues that comes from BT, as also the fact that coupled with it that you consciously are also focusing on other companies and other sectors to kind of, expand your order book per se from a single vendor kind of a order book position as well. What does happen to both of these aspects?
Let me clarify, as I have done earlier.
Sure.
BT is a hugely valuable account for us, and as we look at it, yes, it accounts for 30% of Tech Mahindra's business. We intend to retain it. In fact, over the years, our share of the wallet has gone up, and we will strive to retain this account and our primacy therein with all our might. And I don't see that going away, frankly.
So the 3%
so far.
Yeah, please carry on.
They have reduced this the shareholding, as you know. They are no longer on the board, but their work with them continues unabated, and as a percentage, it is growing rather than coming down.
Right, but your non-BT account has also been growing and growing at a much faster pace over the last 4 or 5 quarters. Do you think that trend will continue?
Yes, because BT is contracting its overall IT spend, and therefore in absolute numbers, ours and other vendors' business is coming down. But our share in the overall business, as I said earlier, is continuing to be at the same level. In fact, it has been growing over the past 4 or 5 quarters.
Vineet, just a reiteration again, and something that we've talked on all the earnings calls that we've done too. I think in Q2, the BT revenues, I think, declined by close to 3% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. And if I have a right statistic, I think BT revenues have declined in 4 of the last 6 quarters. Do you think this is normal course of business and now you would be steady at this 30% mark, or could there be more declines?
I think there is going to be a slightly more decline. We have indicated that to the market. But what we have also indicated to the market is that our decline will be less than other vendors' decline, which will be more. Consequently, our share of their spend will remain the same, or in fact, hopefully grow.
I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I mean, IT companies per se are facing, a lot of companies are facing some order inflow problems as well. And the scenario isn't as robust as it was probably 4-5 years ago. I mean, the market would have this question that if indeed the large shareholder is going back, there's no problem with the branding, I completely agree with you. But could there be a situation 4 quarters down the line wherein BT, by virtue of the fact that it has no stake in Tech Mahindra, might also look to diversify its order book, because you guys remain the principal vendor, so to say, for BT. Could that happen over the next 4 quarters?
Well, you are seeing a cause where none existed.
Great.
Their shareholding had very little to do with the placement of orders. There were 2 distinct activities, completely watertight. And that is why you've seen that while their share in the company has come down, our share in their IT spend has gone up. So why are you seeing a relationship where it does not exist?
Yeah, just for clarification, Mr. Nair, since we have you with us, do you think that this share sale could also be in relation, or can it be correlated to the Tech Mahindra merger with Satin, which is slated? And could you also give us an update on that merger, because you were expected to complete it by the end of this year?
Well, the end of this year hasn't come yet. We've still got a month, and we are at the ultimate stage of clearance. It is pending before the High Court of Andhra Pradesh. As soon as hearing is done, hopefully we will get the clearance to merge.
But you're confident
the High Court of Maharashtra has already proved it.
But you're confident that there would be no delays there?
By the grace of God, we hope there will be no delay.
And you don't think this would have influenced BT's decision to exit Tech Mahindra?
No. I don't know. A, I don't know whether they have taken this decision. B, I don't know what influences their decisions other than the market and their own needs.
We'll end this by what we started off with, but just before that, just one quick update. Moving side of BT's decision to sell, which you're saying that you're not aware of, for Tech Mahindra as a company, and anything, of course, until we talk on the next results, quarterly results as well, anything that you're pursuing in terms of acquisition strategies?
No, we always have a number of options in front of us, but there's nothing concrete or specific at this point of time.
Okay. And I know you've spoken about it twice, but I'm just reiterating this, Vineet. You were saying that you started off this interview saying that if BT does take a step like this, you typically get informed. You were saying that you're not aware at all of what we are hearing about BT's decision to exit the 9% stake in Tech Mahindra.
Yes. This has been their normal practice, but they really are not required to inform us. So, frankly, at this point of time, I really can't say one way or another.
And in the past also, sir, they haven't indicated that at some point in time they will completely exit.
Yes, they have been saying that because they want to, for them, this holding, as they said, the equity holding is not strategic.
We need just one final word, really, per se on the business and more importantly on the currency and the way that it's behaved. What kind of implications, if at all?
Well, as you know that, and as I've been saying, that global economy is under huge stress, especially Europe. But rather than despairing, we see a certain positivity here, because when they are under financial constraint, they look for more economical options, and surely India does provide them that. And when it comes to telecom, we are the premier providers of technology, and therefore we hope we can take some benefit out of it.